It's my optimistic philosophy for a day. About 15 or 20 years ago, somebody asked me why I'm never down, and they asked me to come give a talk to their company, and I said I'd be happy to, but I don't have a clue. And the fellow said, well, the meeting isn't for 6 weeks. Figure it out and come tell why you're always upbeat. And I sat down and I figured out why it's almost impossible to get me mad. I came up with a 10-point philosophy of life, and the first point is to trust your judgment. This goes right back to the role that you can play when you leave here in accomplishing something for the world, to stop the insanity, to change people's mind. It's a little bit at a time. You know, it looks like a steep hill to climb, but all it takes, again, for evil to triumph is for good people to do nothing. And so trust your judgment that you have something to say. Be a leader. Step in. The second one is, you've all heard it, live for today. Too many of us live in the past or in the future. I do a lot of insane things. I have jumped out of an airplane every month for 30 years. Now, that goes two ways. One, you can say I'm crazy, but I do it for a real reason. Number one, I'm petrified of heights. Isn't that amazing? I just don't want fear to control me. I want to control it. So every month I go out and jump out of an airplane to prove that I won't be taken by fear. I also do it because it minimizes all other problems in the world. You know, I mean, right? It just absolutely washes away all your worries. I have just short of 1,400 jumps, and my parachute seems never to work at least once every 100 jumps. And that's interesting. That means you're good under pressure. But also you live for the day. In other words, you realize this could be your last day, and we all know that. Every day could be our last day. So, you know, live in the day, make every day kind of all you want your life to be, a microcosm of each day. The third point, and this is really, really fun, make a positive impact on every human being you encounter each day. Whether it's on the phone. Another way of saying it is that never be brusque. Never be brusque. I was almost brusque this morning, and it drove me nuts for about 3 minutes. I'll tell you how. I did my laps this morning in the pool, and I wanted to be sure I could get to breakfast, get to the meeting in time, and I charged out of the pool, and there was a woman there folding towels. And I didn't say good morning to her. I just charged right by. I got halfway down the hall, and it drove me nuts. I turned around, went back out to the pool, made some excuse for looking for something just so I could say good morning to the person. Now, I've run stopwatches on being pleasant to people. It takes 10 minutes a day more to be pleasant to everybody you meet versus being brusque. And at the end of the day, you really feel good about it. So it's just it's a small thing. Maybe it's a big thing. In the course of every day, look for all the problems. Look for all the problems, turn them into opportunities. Every one of you have heard that. It isn't new, but no day goes as planned, and kind of relish the screw-ups and see how you can turn that screw-up into something good. And the fifth one is probably the most important. Stop complaining. I mean, there's probably nobody here that has the right to complain versus the people you see in your newspaper, on your TV, up and down the street. I mean, unless, most everybody has it worse than anybody in middle-class America. And yet complaining is what would you call it? Is it a national pastime? I mean, it's just something, it's a hobby. The sixth point is that in trying to be optimistic and upbeat, only you can establish it. You can't blame the fact you're in a bad mood on anybody else. Not your significant other, not your kids, nobody. I mean, it's your optimism and upbeat lifestyle is entirely up to you. The seventh point is that, I think work is the greatest thing in the world. And the best reward for the job you do is the job you do. Work hard and enjoy it. Don't expect people to notice you. The joy of your work is your best reward. The eighth one is I really find interesting. I've worked on it while I was here. Take stock of yourself every day. I don't care how old you are, how young you are. You can be a little bit better tomorrow in some way than you were yesterday. I mean, just kind of think about your day. I take stock of my day every day. I'm working on not eating desserts here. It's been hard. Oh, my God. I mean, just absolutely great desserts. But so far I don't know if I'll make it through lunch, but I made it through lunch and dinner yesterday. But it can be little things. It can be physical fitness. It can be your attitude. But it's kind of fun to not just see yourself treading water on into the the sunset. No matter how old you are, it's time to enjoy doing better. My favorite one, which people kind of put me down for, is trying to recapture your sense of wonder. I mean, regardless of all the horrible things that are going on, the life is just full of wonders. Nature is full of wonders. The mechanical things we create day after day are phenomenal. Get back the zest for life that every 8-year-old has. You watch an 8-year-old and they walk around going, wow, wow, wow. Well, it's just as wow to you, but you think you're too mature to recognize it, and people will put you down. And they will, And that brings me to the final point as I close right on the second. Don't let people rain on your parade. In other words, if you live a little bit of an unconventional life and you follow those 9 rules, people really don't like to see people. No one really likes an optimist. They discount them in a whole bunch of ways. They want to bring them down to their level of pessimism and their level of negativism. Don't let them do it. And that's the end. Thank you.